Obviously tonight didn't go your way, but it was a phenomenal match. How are you feeling at the moment? Can you put it into words?
Yeah, well, feeling a little bit obviously disappointed, which is normal. It was a big battle, 5 sets. And I managed to turn it around in that 4th set. It was a big boost for me with the game that I played on 3-2 when he was serving. And then that lifted me a lot up, and I started to play great tennis. I was hitting the ball great, and I was just playing phenomenal. And then first game of the 5th set was more or less crucial at the end, with having those 4, I believe, break points that I didn't convert. Just a little bit tougher game on my service game next game, and just it ran away from me.
You have a great record on 5 sets normally, 27-12 before tonight. What were you thinking when you finally reached the 5th set? Were you very confident, or you doubt?
Well, momentum was on my side from 3-2 or even 3-1 in that 4th set. I came back, won the set 6-3. And plus, it was all games that I deserved and earned really well. I played great tennis, started to return really good, and then straight away that first game of the 5th set, putting a lot of pressure, 4 break points. I went for my shots and didn't make them, and I was not thinking much, if my performances over 5 sets were from before. I knew that physically I'm good, and obviously across the net, Roger was also, he's more or less also comfortable playing those 5 sets. So for me, most importantly was to continue with my momentum at that moment and to try to win a couple of those first games in the 5th.
He's won now again, and wins again and again. If you could just boil it down to 2 or 3 reasons that make Roger Federer such an extraordinary player, what would that be?
I would say first the passion to compete, like season after season, especially at this high level, and then also being able to challenge himself first physically and then mentally as well, to be at the top almost every single week, to work hard and to improve. Those things he's doing really well. We know he has the level with his game style. It's very all round, and then in those moments, obviously physical abilities come into mind with his age, but also mentally that he's able to challenge himself and continue with his progress.
You know, number 3 in the world, and behind somebody called Nadal and Federer, for someone would be like to reach the Everest. I mean, I'd like to know if it's something that was a dream, or you think it's just normal because you got used, because you were number 4, and so it's not so difficult, or it's something that a few years ago you would say, oh, it's almost impossible.
My ultimate goal is to reach number 1. That's my goal, and that's what I'm working for. And even in these last 1 or 2 years, the progress that I did is big. And last year I improved a lot in different areas, and then now in these last couple months I improved even more, and so that gives me big confidence. Beating Rafa, obviously he retired, but it was great match as well, and then playing with Roger head to head, a great match, and this is giving me big confidence for going forward. Number 3 feels and looks amazing, especially behind them as well, but I know how difficult it is. Knowing as well, Novak and Andy and many other guys had a tough last season, and for me it's a great time that I improved and that I am continuing to improve, and big time ahead for me.
We all know that Federer is this larger-than-life tennis person, and you know that too. How do you put that aside while you're just trying to compete with this guy?
Well, very simple. It's for me a big focus on myself. I know what I've worked on, how much I dedicated myself, and how well I played during the tournament. And as it's looking at the final, for me it was just another match. Even though it was a big challenge, playing the final first time, playing Roger, I knew that I have to play my great tennis in order to beat him. And but you know, it's always very challenging to play him, and as he's always keeping his game on a high level.